Max, show everybody your orange juice. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hi, I'm going to show you how I make my coffee.
Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Plaids. Okay, so I don't drink much coffee, but when I do...
Yeah, you can start whenever.
All right. Welcome to Coffee in Melissa and Judy's casa. Prior to this pandemic, I bought too much coffee, and so this is kind of old stuff, but I really enjoy this roaster. I guess I should tell you the name. Sightglass SF. I actually make my coffee in the dark, so the fact that there's light, it's a kind of a treat for you guys. So maybe this is like 18 grams, who knows? And I put it in my hand grinder here at the top. Can't let any more oxygen in these babies. I turn on my electric kettle. You'll see the lights kind of flickering. We'll let that come to, see it's already dim now, to 85 degrees Celsius. And I chose that number because it sounds cool. So we're grinding. Gives you time to think about the state of the world, where your life is going. Some days, in the fog of depression, it's just like really tedious sometimes, but not today. Judy doesn't drink coffee because the caffeine is too much, huh? Mm-hmm. I use the AeroPress since I'm the only one who really drinks coffee. The French press is for guests, so for when you guys ever come over, forever released from this pandemic. And I have my grinds at kind of a coarse grind. I'm being eco-friendly during this time. Why use a metal filter when you could use the same paper filter for weeks? Oh, that means the water's almost done. That's our cue. Actually, that's our cue. I'm wetting the grounds. We're gonna let it bloom. And then we mix it a little bit. We agitate it a little bit. And then I like to pour all the way to the 4. Oh, actually it's 1 since it's inverted. Put this baby up. It can happen all pretty quickly. It really depends. I made a mess. I'll usually let it steep for like a minute or so and then push down. And then this is her mug. Brittany survived 2007. You can handle today. Oh yeah. There you go. And then here is the cup of coffee. Let's see how this tastes. It's a little under extracted. You try it.
Yeah, it's sour.
And that's coffee with me.
Don't you usually put milk in it?
And that's coffee.
Today, Max and I are going to teach you how to make the perfect cappuccino. Steam the milk in my fancy Nespresso maker. I have my motivational mug. Check. Okay, here we go. I'm going to press steam and get my Nespresso pot in. Guess what? Does it automatically. Amazing.
Is that good?
It will. 90% of the time it overflows. Don't know why or how to stop it. The perfect cappuccino.
And we're going to do pour over coffee. So this is our best cup of coffee as we're in quarantine with no kitchen. What I've pre-staged already is I've ground our coffee beans, I've boiled our water in an electric kettle, and this is where I'm going to do it for you guys. Before I pour though, I make sure I put a little divot in the coffee grounds. I'm at 28 grams right here on my scale. I'm going to get 3:45, and I'm basically just going to be pouring the water, watching the scale simultaneously. I just go circles, start small, go big, and then come back around to the middle. And then I wait for a little bit. I don't want the grounds to dry out, but I just kind of keep an eye out on the grounds, see how they're looking, and then pretty soon here I'll start pouring again. All right, I'm gonna start going again. And now I'm at 223, getting closer. Pour number 3.
Go on the way.
What's up? Okay, I'm just been instructed to go all the way by the cameraman. 339, 341. Okay, let's do one more little drip. 342. I'm gonna stop at 343. Yeah, that's our quarantine cup of coffee.
Should take about 3 minutes total.
Thanks, Zach.
I'm going to show you how to do it in the Moka pot. Yeah, I have a hard time with the French press with like measurements and stuff, but this is always the perfect cup. We kind of live in a coffee desert. We use a service called Trade Coffee, and they just send you freshly roasted beans. So yeah, this one's Greater Goods. So anyways, I'm going to go grind this. So you just fill it. You fill the chamber with the coffee. And you scoop it together. And yeah, it's super fast. Yeah, and so you just boil it. Done. You can hear it because you can hear it start to boil over. I usually use oat milk. Yeah. So then you just pour it. Usually it makes more than that. I don't know what happened. And then you pour in your milk. Ta-da! It's really hot. Bye!
I'm gonna make French press coffee. I like to use a giant soup spoon. We have a ton of these, and I love soup spoons. Since I'm doing this for 2 people, I'm just gonna finish this off this bag and say that that's probably enough for 2 people right there. So now that I have my grounds ready, waiting, I'm gonna boil some water and just turn this sucker on. And yeah, I just wait. I like to look out the window, see what's going on out here. Oh, we got action. That's the guy who goes in his car and smokes a bowl. Oh, looks like he's not doing that this time though. Where he goes, no one knows. So while the water's boiling, I'm gonna pick out some mugs for us. So I'm making 2 cups of coffee. This one, it's musical notes and a little guitar handle. This one, Boston, because we're in Boston. You see that? Okay. So I'd like to add it. Remember, I'm not an expert here. Give it a little stir and wait 4 minutes, because that's what I read online. So the coffee's almost ready to plunge, to press, if you will. I'm gonna frost some milk. So I just fill her up with some oat milk, because I like the oat milk, and frost the milk. I'm gonna plunge that, ready to pour. Boston mug. Wow. Oh, there we go. Ugh. Gotta get it all. get what you get. You don't get upset. So. And we're gonna taste it now. Cheers. This is good. It's pretty good.
I take advantage of living at home and using my mom's Nespresso. Probably take this flavor. Heat up the water because I forgot to do that first. Put the pod in very technically. Lock it. And then it brews. Oh, I forgot my milk. I'll get the almond milk. 1 second. Usually I don't sit around, but I have nowhere to go. Makes that super aggressive sound. It's done. Then put the pod in the back, and I add some unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and I'm done. See you guys.
Welcome to Coffee and Plaid. Would you like to know how I make my coffee this morning? Well, it kind of varies on where I am. Today I'm in a guest kitchen, but you know what? My addiction for coffee does not change. So the first step that we're gonna do is we're gonna walk over to the Keurig over there. And it's really important to make sure that you fill this up with water. If you don't, you're really missing out on the actual coffee. And then you're gonna put this lid back on, which is pretty easy actually. I just, wanted to make sure that everybody's watching. Put that water back in there. The lid fell, that never happens before. So while that's heating up, I'll show you just on other coffee days. Sometimes if I'm feeling really adventurous, I'll make French press. When I'm at home, I'll grind this up and put it in the drip coffee. But it really starts with beans. Ethiopian single source, really nice, bright, fruity flavors. Freshly ground is so important as well. So really the quality of the coffee that you buy is something that I highly suggest. If you never want to stop drinking and you're interested in whiskey flavored coffee, it kind of gets you through that morning hump until 12 p.m. where you can pour the whiskey. Okay, I'm back. Keurig's ready to go. So then you take a pod. We've got Kirkland brand today. Very fancy, but gets the job done. You pop in the pod and then you pull down this lever. I always select the medium one. You push that button, it turns blue, and then you're just gonna hear over here, and I'm actually gonna show you. Right, oh my goodness, how do you turn it around, you know? See that sweet pour. Yes. Oh, look at that caffeine dripping in. I can't wait for it to touch my lips. I use a Yeti mug so that it stays hot. I don't like lukewarm coffee. So if you use that, then you get to sip for multiple days. Not kidding, multiple hours. Maybe multiple minutes. I don't know. It depends how fast you drink. You hear that? You hear that finishing sound? That means that it's ready. Okay? All right. So at this point, I'll take my coffee. It's matching. If you really want to feel spicy at home, match your mug. And then I repeat about 3 or 4 times. So great having you today on Flannel and Coffee. May the caffeine be with you.